Hey guys, it's Monday, October 20th, 2017. This is our Team Be the Change team call. Um, so tonight I am going to talk about something that I'm really excited about, and that is faith versus fear. Um, this is something that I struggle with on a regular basis because as humans, we are designed to be cautious. We are designed to fear the unknown and things that make us uncomfortable. Our brain is hardwired to stop us from making these irrational decisions based on instinct. Um, and when we allow that fear to take over our mind, that's what stops us and that's what paralyzes us. That's what the fight or flight instinct is. Um, you can be totally overwhelmed by fear and you just freeze and clam up. And it's not, fear isn't just something that you get when you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. It's fear that you get when when you're about to invite somebody to a challenge group, or you're about to reach out to a relative and offer them the opportunity to learn about Shakeology. These are all things because we worry that people are going to judge us, and we worry that people will form opinions about us, but they already have. So there's nothing new that we can say if they've already formed these opinions. So fear is a really hard one. So it's useful, yes. It was useful as humans were developing, but in today's day and age, the fear that we have is often just a hindrance, and especially to us as entrepreneurs who are, our whole existence is about growing and stepping out of our comfort zone and trying new things and trying things that, maybe they don't work and we don't know until we try. So having fear that keeps us in one spot and keeps us frozen and holds us back is detrimental to our business. And so I hope tonight to be able to provide you with some tools to help you move through that fear and to be able to live with the fear and work with it and not have it paralyze you and completely overcome you. Fear isn't something to be conquered. It's something to have a very healthy respect for, because it's not something that we can get rid of. And so we have to learn to live with it. So what is the opposite of fear? The opposite of fear is faith. Faith is believing or having a belief in something that you have not yet experienced. So maybe, something you haven't seen, something you haven't lived through, something you haven't heard, something you haven't felt. But having faith means that you believe that it exists in some fashion. And fear is the mental belief that everything is going to blow up in your face, and maybe you'll die. But as an entrepreneur, there's nothing that we can do in our business that will actually physically cause us to die. So I want to talk about 4 levels of belief. And so this goes back to faith. And this is something that I want you to think about as you are trying to figure out what your fears are and how you can work through them and how you can think about ways to grow through them. So there's 4 different levels. The first one is your belief in the products. So for us specifically in Beachbody, that includes, the super trainers, the workouts, the schedules that they give us, the moves that they give us, the program in itself, the nutrition plan, the containers, Shakeology, Energize, Hydrate, Recover, the 3-day refresh, the ultimate reset, the boosts, if you haven't tried some of these things, I really encourage you to give them a try, because this is the best way to share these with people. Our jobs are to be a walking, talking billboard for our business, to be a product of the product, to be able to share with people. Yes, I drink Shakeology every day. Yes, I do my workout every day. Yes, I follow the schedule. Yes, I follow the nutrition plan. Yes, I drink Energize. Yes, I use the Digestive Health Boost. Yes, I use Recover. Yes, I've done the 3-day refresh. Yes, I've done that program. Let me tell you what my experience was. Yes, I drink Shakeology every day, and this is how I make it, and this is how I like it, and I'd love to help you find a recipe that works for you. This is how it's changed my life. Yes, I read personal development. Yes, whatever it is, fill it in the blank. That we're all here because we believe in these products and we use them and we love them, and we want to scream from the rooftops and throw Shakeology sample packets around like confetti because we want every single person to be drinking this because we know how amazing it is. So that's the first level of belief, is in the product. The second level of belief is in the business opportunity. And I know for some of us, we don't have that experience yet. And that's where faith comes in. You are here because you know the potential of this business. You have listened to the National Wake Up Call. You have read stories of top coaches and where they came from and where they are now. And you hear about these coaches who, they earn 6 figures, they've retired their husbands, they've built their dream homes, they've shoveled themselves out of $200,000 worth of crushing debt. You've heard testimonials from coaches on our team who were able to quit their jobs and stay home with their kids, and how it's changed their lives. We know that the business opportunity works and exists, and we just have to believe that if we follow in the footsteps of people who are successful, that we will achieve what they have achieved. That takes a lot of faith. It does. I'm not going to lie, because I too I'm still relying on faith that this is a business opportunity. But deep down in my pit of my soul, I know that it is. I know that this is what is going to change my family's life and my life and our financial future. There are so many things about this business that have already changed my life. And even if I don't ever make the kind of money that I know that I am capable of making in this business, even if that happens, I would still be here because of the person that it has helped me become and the person that I am, continuing to grow into. There's so many valuable skills. So this business opportunity there are so many levels of it, and whatever success is, however you define success, that is an opportunity through this business. And so you have to ask yourself, do you believe in this business opportunity, and do you have faith that it exists even if you have not seen it yet? And that is a very important question, number 2. Question number 3, do you believe in the leaders? And so whether that's me, whether that's Melissa, whether that's Carl Deichler and Darren Oline and Isabel Deichler, do you believe that the leaders of this organization and this company have the best interests of not only the company but the customers at heart? Are they making decisions that is going to propel this company forward and just shoot it off like a cannon? I personally do. I have, I've listened to at Summit, you guys, I'm going to go off on a tangent, but next year you have to be at Summit with me. It's in Indianapolis. It's at the beginning of, or it's in June. It is the most amazing experience. So this year at Summit in New Orleans, the closing ceremonies, Carl Daikeler, I'm getting chills. Carl Daikeler came out on stage and he sat down in a chair, and there was an empty chair next to him, and I'm still getting chills. And he talked to us like we were his business partner. He talked to, each of us was sitting there envisioning ourselves in the chair sitting next to him. And that was his goal. His goal is to bring this company to everyone. And the only way that he can do that is by working with the coaches. He knows that. He's not a dense man. He's making decisions that allow these products to be in every single home. We have Beachbody On Demand, which is like the Netflix of workouts. I mean, we know that Blockbuster Video no longer exists. Now there's Netflix streaming. Now there's Amazon Prime. Now there's, Hulu, or, however you choose to get your virtual media. That's the way that fitness is going now too. And that's what Beachbody is doing. They're creating a venue for people to stream and bring fitness into the home and to make the home the center of health. The nutrition plans that come with everything, all the streaming, you can watch the cooking shows. You can watch Autumn Calabrese and her brother cooking the Fixate recipes right there on Beachbody On Demand. You can bring that into your home. Shakeology becomes something that comes into the home, because people, as social and socially connected as we are now, people they want something easy. They don't want to have to go out and like go to the gym and spend the time there and park and put their kids in daycare and, not everybody has the money to have somebody come in and cook them meals and teach them how to be healthy and hire a nutritionist and hire a personal, workout, personal trainer. That is the vision of this company, is to make everything that you would pay thousands of dollars for available in the home, to get the family involved, to get your kids involved. We have Double Time this month that came out. All of these incredible developments are the vision of Carl Daikeler and Beachbody. And to see that he is making these efforts to bring fitness and health, longevity, satisfaction of life, self-confidence, all of these things to people, expanding into different countries. First there was Canada, now we're in the UK. So many people desperately need this. And we have the opportunity to follow the lead of Carl Daikeler and Beachbody and Darren O'Lean and all of these, leaders in our organization, to get us out there and to be able to get these products and to invite these people to our community and to help them and to connect with them. That's what this company is about. And I have an incredibly solid, firm belief in this company and the leadership of this company and the coaches above us, Melissa, Corinne, Christy, even up from there, Nicole Jones, Tony Furtado, Keith Callahan, and on and up. It is such an inspiration in all of their pages. If you're not in some of these pages, I highly, highly recommend that you jump in there. Just to see, it's a whole different vibe. So then that is, do you believe in the business opportunity? And with each of these things, so like with products, the business opportunity, the leaders, On a scale of 1 to 5, I want you to rank what your belief in each of these things are. And so the fourth one that I want to talk about, which is really what this call is about, is belief in yourself. And this holds me up all the time. I know that this opportunity is dependent on me. I know that if I do what I set out to do, and I believe in myself, and I take the time and make the effort to do this, I will see success. And yet I still get caught up. The other day, you guys are not even going to believe this, I sat there thinking to myself, is this business for me? Yes, it is. This business is for me. This business is for each of us. This is the business for you if you want it. If you want to change your life, and you want to change the lives of other people, and you want to take charge of your situation and be able to help as many people as you possibly can, then this business is for you. But if you don't, then maybe it's not, and that's okay too. But you have to make the decision of, is this what you want to do? And is this who you want to be? And do you believe that you can do it? Do you believe that you have it in you? And do you believe that the tools are out there, and that you taking action and doing the activities that you are supposed to be doing based on what coaches who have been there, who've walked where you have walked, who have been a brand new coach, because every single one of these top coaches, they were a brand new coach at one point in time, and they made the decision, and they took the steps, and they made a plan, and they took action, and they changed their lives, and they changed the lives of so many people. None of us would be here if it wasn't for the coaches who came before us, who stuck to what they wanted and took the action and invited when they didn't feel like inviting. And they got up early, and they stayed up late, and they talked to people when they had this burning pit of fear in their stomach, and they invited people to the business opportunity. That's why we're here. And I struggle with this. I have to get over myself. I have to get out of my own way. But do you believe that you can do it? It's not a question of whether you believe that I can do it, or if I believe that you can do it. I know you can do it. Do you believe that you can do it? That's the important question. And so for each of these things, for products, do you believe in the products? Do you believe in the business opportunity? Do you believe in the leadership of this organization, or the leaders who are leading you? Do you believe in yourself? I want you to rank that on a scale of 1 to 5. And wherever you are not at a 5, let's talk. Let's talk about what you will need to get there, how you feel currently, and how you can work on getting there. So I have a couple of things to help flip that fear. Like, I know that fear is a big thing, and flipping it over to having faith in the future and having faith in your own abilities is key. So I did this exercise probably a couple of months ago, and I'm probably due to do it again because I really got a lot out of it. I basically use this exercise to identify what my fears were, and then to flip them and kind of flip my mindset. So what I did was, at the top of a blank page, I wrote out, what would I do if I could not fail? And so I wrote out a whole list of things about, I would, like, audacious things, like I would help every single person in the whole world, crazy stuff. I would make $1 million. I would, whatever it is, like, if you couldn't fail, like, how many people would you help? How would you help them? What kinds of, opportunities would you want to give them? What would you say to them? Who do you want to become? All of these things, when would you would retire yourself, you would, bring your family home, you would move to Hawaii, you would, all of these things, like, this is like your vision, your big, audacious dream vision list of all of these things that you would do what would you do if you knew that you could not fail at any of these things? What would you do? So once you have that list, you're 1 through a million, or however many you end up coming up with, 5. Write out the fear that you have surrounding each of those items. So for me, helping people, connecting with people. So one of my fears was, and I had a couple of fears for a lot of these. If you don't don't limit yourself. List everything out, because that's how you're going to identify what's holding you back. And then in the next step, I'm going to talk to you about a couple of ways that you can shift your mindset and shift your thinking and help you move past some of those. So for me, I have a lot of fear of, people judging me, people thinking I'm salesy, people thinking I'm just out to make money, people, thinking that I'm flaunting my body, that I'm too skinny, that I don't need to work out, that the shake is, I'm just, whatever it is, just every fear that you have, write all of those down. That I'm uninteresting, that I'm boring. These are all the things that your mind says to you. Your mind is up there, your brain is up there saying, you're not good enough, people don't like you, you're not interesting. Those are all of the fearful, fear-based responses when you start to think of these things. And this is what holds us back. This is what keeps us from inviting people. This is what keeps us from sharing the business opportunity with people that we know would be amazing at this. So for us to get all of this out on paper, fear is something that grows in darkness and it shrinks in the light. And so when you bring it to light and you get it out there on paper and you see it written down, it becomes so much smaller and it just shrivels up and dies, which is what we need to be able to get a handle on our fear, and recognize that it's there and recognize that we have it, but we need to bring it to light so it's not staring us in the face every single day and like hiding in the shadows and just growing, because that's what's crippling. So once you have all of this list of things out on paper, you write these down, take every single one, and this is my favorite part, I love doing this, you make it a positive. So you say you take, a couple of my fears. I'm not interesting. People don't think I have interesting things to say. Flip that around and say, people come to my business page because they love seeing my point of view. They love the value that I add. They love seeing the recipes that I post. They love the inspirational quotes that I share. People flock to me because they connect with me and they think that, they see my struggles in themselves and they want to be able to connect with me. So write things out like that. People think I'm salesy. Flip that around and say people are excited when I reach out to them because they were too shy to reach out to me, and it makes them feel special and important when I approach them and say, hey, I was thinking about you and I would love to see if you're interested in this. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel valued and that somebody's interested in their health and well-being. And so you flip these things. Every single one that you've written down, every fear that you have to flip it. You have to do this for every single one. And you're going to, by the end of it, you're going to want to write down more fears because you had so much fun. And that's exactly what happened to me. So that is a really, really great practice, really great exercise. The second thing is, so I know a couple of you have read the 5-second rule or listened to it. That is an incredible book. First of all, go get it, read it, listen to it, absorb it, do it again. I am listening to it for the second time. It's by Mel Robbins. She's amazing. The 5-second rule basically is an action step. If you're not familiar, the kind of brief rundown is when you have an instinct to take an action that will get you towards a goal or that will get you on the path to achieving what you want to achieve, you have to stop, count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and physically move to take action towards that step. And she goes into a lot of the science about why this happens, why this works, why it's important. And she's got an incredible story behind all of this. But that's essentially what it is. And so anytime that you have an instinct that, you know, a gut feeling, or you feel like, oh, I need to do that because it will X, Y, or Z, you physically count yourself backwards from 5 or 3 if 5 takes too long, and you start to talk yourself out of it. And you have to physically move, and you have to take action. You can't just write things down and be like, I'll do it later. You have to do it. You have to do it right then. And the reason is because your brain, when you have these instincts to do something, that's your mind telling your body that you're ready to make a change. And if you hesitate, your brain will shut you down, because your brain hates change. Your brain wants you to stay comfortable. Your brain wants you to stay the same. And so a lot of times these instincts are something that's going to change you. That's going to kind of move you out of that comfort zone, and your brain flips out and it says, oh my God, don't do it. So then when you have that hesitation, then your brain starts making excuses and reasons and like shoveling fear at you, and you quit and you don't do it. You have to take actual physical action towards a step. And so whether that means, I mean, you can use this for anything. And she goes into it in the book, like, you know, you want to lose it to, you know, help you lose weight, or, you know, stop smoking, or not drink so much, or, you know, a drug habit, or, you know, you want to pick up new habits if you want to get up in the morning on time and not hit your snooze button. It can be used for all of these things, because you focus your mind by counting backwards, and then you physically move. So like just this evening, I used it because I've been snacking all day, like a big snacky snacker. And I was packing lunch, and I had crackers I was putting in a container, and I was like, oh, I'll just have a couple. And I stopped myself, and I counted backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I closed it up, and I put it away before I had time to snack. So I still want them, but they're in the cupboard, so they're much less appealing than in my hand. So if you haven't read the 5-second rule, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It is an incredible book. And that's a really great way to kind of beat those fears that you have. And even when you know that you have you want to believe and you want to have the faith, but your fears are overwhelming you, use the 5-second rule. And the last, really, it seems really simple, but this is a really powerful concept. We all get into funks, and for whatever reason, you know, life or our business or whatever it is isn't going our way. We feel like we just want to just allow ourselves to be defeated, crawl into bed. We don't want to do the things that we know we need to do. That's when we need to take action and make ourselves a plan and start executing that plan. And it might be something as simple as planning out next month's challenge groups, or planning out a post for tomorrow, or writing up a post, or making a list of people that you're going to talk to tomorrow. These are all, you know, allowing ourselves to be in these funks. And I'm not saying like, don't allow yourself at all. Like, we're human. We have to honor these emotions that come up and recognize that they're there, but we can't let them overpower us. We can't let them stop us from using this incredible opportunity to change the lives of our families, to change our own lives, to change the lives of people who we want to help. I mean, that's why we got into this business, is to help ourselves and to help other people. And when we don't use this opportunity, we are wasting this opportunity. We are wasting this option that we have, this opportunity to give our families an amazing life, to change our way of thinking, to grow and to become great leaders, to change the lives of people that we love through health and fitness or through the business and inviting them. So yes, if you are going through something, yes, take the time to process it and recognize it and honor it, but don't let it drag you into a spiral. And something, this is silly, but something that helps me is have a class at Energize, sit down on my computer, find a inspiring video on Beachbody Champions, or make myself a plan, or do a short meditation and just think about how I can love people and how I can give to them. You know, write a post that if you came to your page, you would want to read. Because if it's boring to you and you feel like you're just putting something out there to put it out there, it's going to be boring to other people. So the important, simple, but sometimes difficult things that we need to do are, we need to allow ourselves to be creative, and we need to make a plan. Like what I mean is be creative in your plan. And then once you have your plan, whether it's just writing out a post or whether it's coming up with a schedule, we need to do it, execute. Execution builds confidence. And when we have confidence, we start to believe in ourselves. And when we start to believe in ourselves, there's no room for fear in our hearts and in our minds and in our souls. We have to believe. We have to give ourselves every opportunity we have to believe in ourselves. And when we take action and we take steps forward, that's what builds our confidence. And that confidence and that belief is what's going to help us move through the fear. So that's what I have for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this later. I know that you guys couldn't be on tonight, but I am so passionate about this topic because I have a lot of fear, and I work through it every single day. Get up early. I do my invites. I do my workout. I go to a job. Honestly, you guys, I go to a job that I hate, that makes me sick to my stomach. And I get through that, and I come home and I have no time, and I do it anyway. I make the time. You know, I still spend time with my family, but I'm up until god-awful hours, and I'm up early in the morning, and I'm making this work. And if you're committed, you can make it work too. So there's my little micro soapbox. But I know you guys can do this. I know that you're capable. I know you have it in you, and I know that life gets in the way and it gets crazy. But you can do it, and I believe in you. So thanks, you guys. I appreciate you, and I think you're awesome, and I'm really, really excited about the future of our team. So see you all next week or sooner. Bye.